Alabama special election for a new senator gave us results that we were hoping for. Doug Jones did beat Roy Moore by a small margin, 1.5 percentage points. However, Roy Moore believes that gap is a little too small and he refuses to concede. He is calling for a recount. Let's hear it from him.
Thank you. You know, I really want to thank you for coming tonight and realize when the vote is this close that it's not over. And we still got to go by the rules about this recount provision, and the Secretary of State has explained it to us, and we're expecting that the press will go up there and talk to them to find out what the situation is. But we also know that God is always in control.
Apparently God decided, I like Doug Jones a little bit better. I like him about 1.5 points better than I like you, Roy. So look, I know that it's a good moment and a fun moment, and a lot of the press has done this to rub it into Roy Moore and say sore loser, and they love to say that. I actually am not in that camp. So I love recounts, and people always say, oh, they're so expensive. No, they're not. They're like the money we lose to corrupt politicians giving giveaways to their donors is 1 billion times more than a simple recount. So if a recount is in any way merited, I'd be totally in favor of it. And in the beginning of the night, when it looked like the margin was under 1 point, I would have supported a recount. If you won, you won. It's okay. Unless you think they're going to somehow cheat in a recount, but there's no evidence of that. The Secretary of State's going to weigh in a second, as you guys are going to see. But as it turns out, in Alabama, if it's within 0.5 point, you need to do a recount, and that's great. You should. I would support a recount for anything under 1 point. Okay. As it turned out, this was 1.5 points, so it's really well outside of the rules. Roy Moore says he respects the rules, which we know for a fact. He got kicked off the Alabama Supreme Court because he doesn't respect the rules.
That's right.
So if he respected the rules of Alabama in this case, he would not ask for a recount.
Exactly, but he's asking for a recount, and I don't think I've ever disagreed with you more. I think the media should rub it in his face, and I do enjoy it, and I intend on continuing to rub it in his face. Now, the Alabama Secretary of State was speaking to the press after Roy Moore made those statements, and I actually really enjoyed this exchange. Let's take a listen to John Merrill.
Heard from him. He's on his way here. What do we need to understand about the conversation that will take place when he arrives?
I don't know that Judge Moore is coming here. I'm not expecting that. I'm expecting other people from the media to come here. I'm not very comfortable in visiting with Judge Moore or anybody in his campaign tonight. The people of Alabama have spoken tonight. They've made their voice heard loud and clear.
I love the part where he's like, no, I don't. Please don't come here.
Please don't come to my house. I don't know if he's got daughters, but he's like, I definitely don't want Roy Moore in this house. I don't want him anywhere near this house. Now, he went on to say that he thinks that a recount is very unlikely, and that the change of this magnitude is also very, very unlikely. So Doug Jones will be the next senator from the great state of, now I can say, the great state of Alabama.
And Doug Jones did take a moment to thank the Black community for rallying and supporting him. Take a listen.
It was every community. You know, I keep hearing about the different communities in this state. The African American community, thank you.
Yes, and like I said earlier, Black voters account for about 28 to 29% of the electorate. That's a slightly higher figure than their share of the population. They are motivated to support Doug Jones, who convicted Klan members who had murdered innocent African Americans in Alabama, and probably motivated to oppose Roy Moore, who thought that the 14th Amendment should be taken away, which is an unbelievable. I mean, every part of Roy Moore was. Who says that? Who says that? That's so insane.
Right.
So thank God they stood up and got victories. And look, the most important thing is fight. And if you fight, you win. So whatever you do, don't get lose energy and think, oh, you can't make a difference. Well, in Alabama, you made a difference, and now that monster Roy Moore, luckily, is not going to go to the Senate. Hopefully, prosecutor actually sends them to jail because there is no statute of limitations on child molestation in Alabama. If you like this video, bless your heart. We got a lot more where that came from. We do a full show every day, Monday through Friday. Come enjoy it ad-free by becoming a member, tytnetwork.com/join.